Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to do a houseplant tour. Last time I did that was last year, and this year the plants are growing well as well now. And I'm going to start with the living room this time, because I usually start at the first floor where most of my plants are. This is the ground floor, basically living room. So in the living room we have that window, which is south facing, but that has a garage in front of that, so it doesn't get a lot of sun, but do you get sun like from this side. And this window is basically southwest. It gets most of the sun during the day, not in the morning, so it's good. The plants are enjoying this sunlight from the living room. So beside or next to the TV we have this gorgeous pothos money plant. You can see how lush and green it is, the variegation on it. And this is one of the plants I grew from cuttings when I bought a mother plant, basically a big money plant or pot or golden pothos from B&Q 3 years ago. It was a mosaic and it started dying, so I did cut a lot of cuttings. I think I made about 7-8 plants, or gave most of them, and now I have 4 of them left. And you can see I started with 4 leaves like 3 years ago. Now it's growing really good, lush green. And look at the variegations. And then on this side, basically on the south facing window, we have a lot of plants here. So firstly, another pothos. This time this is on a trellis. You can see how beautiful it's growing. And that plant is Peperomia hopes. It's also growing well. That one is Satin Pothos or Scindaptus pictus, something like that. I'm going to put the names on the screen. So you can see this one is actually climbing on the wall. I didn't even touch it, so it started climbing on the wall. I'm just going to let it start climbing on the wall and fill up that space, hopefully. And the hanging plant, you can see, is String of Hearts. It's looking amazing right now, and it's basically really thick, lush. It's growing really well. It's long now, and whenever it touches the windowsill we just take the strings and they wrap around again, so basically growing around and it becomes really thick. And you can see this one is umbrella plant. You can see how beautiful it's looking as well. It's growing. We bought that last 2 years ago, I think. So that one behind string of hearts, we have this Dracaena marginata, also growing really well. I've repotted most of the plants, I think 3 times now. The plants are looking well and beautiful. I haven't bought any more indoor plants since last year, so these are the same plants I've shown you last year. They're growing well. Nothing has died yet, hopefully. So you can see how beautiful it's looking. The sunlight from here, you can see they get the sunlight from there, from the south facing window, and from the south west facing window as well. So now let's go to the corridor next to the living room. You can see, so I don't have a lot of plants. Basically they get the sunlight just from the door. The door has 2 windows, but it's like blurry windows. Same southwest facing window. Really get a lot of sun, but I have put some plants that can tolerate a bit of shade as well. So you can see this one is another money plant. So this is the original mosaic it came with. Oh, the whole plant died, so these are the cuttings as well. I grew the cuttings, was something like 4 or 5 leaves as well. So you can see how big it's grown. I will just wrap around that when it will grow. Like this one is now growing well, and you just wrap around that using some pins. That one is in a big pot, and you can see 5 coleus plants. I grew all of these plants from seeds. I have something like 15 to 17 coleus plants. So I wanted some coleus plants in the corridor as well, so I brought some back inside from the garden. So the rest plants are still outside. You can see how beautiful they look in the colors. Hopefully they will fill up the space. And you can see this money plant on a stand, and this is just because of him. because he usually goes inside and sits there on the soil and make a mess around here. I don't want that. So you can see how beautiful it's looking. But I needed to raise up that plant just because of him. Obviously, I didn't introduce you to him. He's Herrera, the new family member. See how cute he's looking. He's currently 17 weeks, and he was a kitten. We got him when he was 12 to 13 weeks a month ago. So it's really cute. So you will see him in my coming videos as well. So that's how the corridor is looking. I am planning on putting some hanging plants on the stair railing here, but I might avoid it just because of Herrera, because he always touches my plant. He needs to learn to not touch them. So this is the corridor. Let's go upstairs to my first floor where most of my plants are. But firstly, let's go to the kitchen and the conservatory and let me show you what I'm growing there. This is the kitchen plants. Basically, I don't want to show the whole kitchen because it's a bit mess. But this is obviously, what's called again, spider plant. So I have 3 varieties of spider plants. So this one is green edges with a white in the middle. This one hasn't got any baby spider plants yet, but the other 2 varieties have. So I'm still waiting for the baby plants. I do not cut the baby plants because I don't like to cut the baby plants. I have a lot of spider plants in my house now, so I just let them grow as big as they want to. So you can see some parsley in a pot, so you can use that in a daily meals. So you can see on this side we have Sansevieria, small Sansevieria plants. It's just a small plant. It has stayed like this just for 5 years now. I have it for 5-6 years. It's looking beautiful, but has been just like that. It's still beautiful though. That's how the garden's looking from outside. You can see how beautiful that is. I'm now going to the conservatory. I'm in the conservatory. I do not have a lot of plants there. I'm mostly seedlings and some basic seedlings and stuff I grew from seeds. So these ones are basically just guava seeds my mom grew. So you can see they are still inside that, the paper towel, a wet paper towel, so they can germinate. I have more of them here that are already germinated. Use the same process. And here's Herrera following me around. And you can see I have grown 3 avocado plants, but I still do have the big one outside. You can see there, right next to the door. That's the big one, and these 3 are the new avocado plants. And these 2 are a mango plants. You can see they're looking pretty. I think they're supposed to be like that. These 3 are mango plants as well. I'm still waiting for the germination. And you can see this is a tray. These 2 rows are apple seeds. We grew apples from seeds, and the whole section here, from that section till that, those are guava seedlings. Look, so many there are. This side we have Dianthus deltoides, and this side we have echinacea, still waiting for the germination. Most of them haven't germinated. I don't know why echinacea takes that long to germinate. So you can see that one is stalk. The same with stalk, haven't germinated yet. It might be just because Herrera once jumped on here and just started digging, so I think I need to just resow all of that. Those are Daisy Alaska Shasta, and this row is Rebecca, haven't germinated just because of Herrera again. That's why I need to keep him out. Look, that's what he does. He jumps here and just comes on my seed trays. That one is Sweet Williams on this side. On the other side we have foxgloves. You can see still small seedlings, but everything has germinated. This side is pansies. So a new variety of pansies came up in Wilco. I just wanted to grow them to see how they're looking. So these are my just seedlings in the conservatory. That's it. So let's go upstairs now. Drink that water, can you? You just need to come. Oh, Vera, jump down. You can't drink that. No. This is the second or first floor. I basically corridor off the first floor. I have most of my plants here. So let's start with that. This is money plant, again, pothos. This wasn't grown from the cuttings. I just bought it 3 years ago. It's a slow grower just because it's a bit further away from the window, and I haven't even repotted it since I got it. So I just need to actually take time in tidying this plant up. So this is one of my spider plants. So this one is white edges with green in the middle. So the downstairs was the green edges with white in the middle. So this is one of the baby plants from the mother plants. So I grew this in here. Now it's rooted beautifully, growing nicely as well. So let's go to the stands. Firstly, the window. So in the window we have a Conservatory plant. You can see how beautiful the flowers are looking. So this was a gift to my mother on her birthday. It says thank you. So let's see the succulents. The succulents are looking good. So this is Echeveria succulents. All of them were grown from basically the mother plant again. I just plucked some leaf off and just put them on the soil. These are just from the leaves. You can see, like, I just put a leaf here and they just start growing. So these, all of them, are basically just from the leaves. So this is the cutting section. Another cutting of spider plant, cutting of this mother of tongue plant, or what's it called again, Sansevieria, and then cutting of some prayer plants, a cutting of Philodendron scandens, and on top again succulents. This is dying. I need to just that's the wind outside. We're still sunny. That one is aloe vera plant. This is really big now. I need to repot that because it's like in that size pot. It's getting some saplings and small baby plants as well. It's really big. You can see how big that is. So that one is you can't really see just because of the lighting. Let me just show it from this side. Yeah, that's better. So that one is basically peperomia beetle leaf. The leaves looks like beetle. It's growing really well as well, a long plant. So that was the window section. Let's go to this stance and that wall, which I really love. You can see how beautiful it's looking, and there's Herrera again. So you can see, let's start with that spider plant. So this spider plant behind that philodendron, you can see here, was a baby plant of the mother plant. I'm going to show the mother plant. It's really big. That was a baby plant, and now it's got babies as well. Small. I need to water that as well. You can see some more baby plants there. That's why I don't need to cut the babies and make more spider plants. We got a lot of them. So that one is, this plant is basically it's philodendron, heartleaf philodendron. I think it's called scandens. I'm gonna put the names on. It's growing really well. It was about that height when I bought it. Now I need to wrap around the shelf, and you can see how beautiful it's looking. So that is a spider plant again. This one is just complete green spider plant. You can see also got some baby spider plants here. It's completely green, and that was, I just put those yellow sticky thingy to catch some fungus gnats, which it actually did pretty good. And you can see on this shelf we have this Dracaena. I can't even remember the name now. I'm gonna put the names on. Dracaena, something like that. And this is Sansevieria, also from cuttings, a mother of tongues plants. You can see some prayer plants. My prayer plants used to be really big, really large, but then I had a spider mite attack on these plants, so most of them just started dying. So I cut some leaves or cuttings and grew some, or basically grew 3 plants of that. So one of that And the other one is behind that, which is basically not doing well. And the third one is on the other room, the storeroom, where I have the mother plant of that spider plant. So you can see it's growing well now, hopefully. So that plant is sat in pothos. You can see downstairs I had another starting pot which was growing on the wall. This is just hanging. Also growing really well and really long. You can see how beautiful that's growing as well. So on the stands, I have this Rohio plant, Tradescantia plant. This is again Dracaena, some ZZ plants here, peace lily. Then we have some again Dracaena, same variety of Dracaena, and we have this mother of tongue plant growing really well as well. So this is just basically all of my plants. On this side, you see how beautiful they're looking. So let me go inside the storeroom and show the mother plant of the spider plant and then the other plant. This is the storeroom. I'm not going to show the storeroom obviously. You can see the mother plant. I just gave it a bit of water because it needed a lot of water now. You can see I haven't touched anything. The baby plant basically just broke off itself. So that's why I just needed to plant that. You can see the top part is looking that great, but you can see the baby plants. I've taped one of them on the roof. I've just hanged the baby plants for some support so they don't break off by the weight. You can see how big that is. That's the third prey plant, looking great as well. This is basically this mother plant, looking really beautiful. Study area, study room. We have this only one plant. It's this rubber plant. It's growing really well as well. New leaves here. You can see beautiful. Also fungal gnat sticky trap. Working really good. That's fungus gnat now. So beautiful that's looking. You can see this is my bedroom window. This is east facing window, so I always get morning sun, a really good sunlight. So downstairs in the corridor where I have most of my plants, basically that was the same window as the living room. It was just top floor and the other floor. And you can see this east facing window, and the only plant I'm growing in my bedroom is this croton. It started losing its leaf. I don't know why. Yeah, it started losing it just because of spider mite attack. You can see it started growing again beautifully. Does it need water? Yeah, it does need water. You can see how beautiful that's growing, and the new stems growing from this side. So this croton is looking good as well. Let's go to my parents' bedroom and show the window there, because there I've grown some citrus as well. My parents' bedroom window, you can see rest is the same window as this living room. It's on the top floor. We have 4 citrus plants or grapefruit plant growing here. You can see that one's looking great. All of them grown from seeds. So my mom grew all of them from seeds, and this plate is just the guava seedlings or seeds. You can see the same sticky trap for fungus gnats. As you can see, some fungus gnat you can see some flying, but you can see how beautiful they're growing. I do give them some fertilizer every week. Forgot to mention, I usually put my stuff here where what I actually use every week and most frequently. So I don't put them in the conservatory because it gets too hot. You can see some bottles I use to feed my indoor plants. This is what I've used to feed my indoor plants, and this is what I use to feed my citrus, and this is what I use to feed my rose plants, and sometimes hydrangea with it as well. I don't mind using that as well on hydrangea. You can see how beautiful everything's looking. So I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later in the next video. Bye. This look is not good for my plants. You going for the plants? I forgot to mention his name, Huraira, basically means little kitten in Arabic. So my mom named him, and I think it's really cute. You see,